Okay, so today's video is kind of my reaction and initial breakdown to the Red Hood suit reveal for Titans. In case you didn't know already, yesterday Titans put out a little teaser, which you're probably seeing on screen right now, which said something was coming today. Red Hood had a little bat logo on it. So today, I think it was kind of obvious that we were all getting a suit reveal. And as of right now in this video, I haven't seen it. I got the notification up on my phone that they basically tweeted it out. So this is going to be my very live reaction as I'm bringing it up on screen, and I'm very excited. Say what you will about Red Hood, we'll get into all that kind of like cool discussion in a minute, because it'll be interesting to rehash our theories and just thoughts on Red Hood coming again this season. But I've been delaying this long enough. Let's refresh the DC Titans Twitter page. Oh my god, I'm so excited because I love their suit design. So here we go. There it is. Welcome to the Hood. Jason Todd returns as Red Hood in Season 3 of Titans. Right, I'm pulling it up even bigger. Wow. Okay, now that is... I need to get it up bigger. I need to get it up. You got the HBO Max logo in the corner there. One of them looks concept arty. Yeah, one of them's definitely concept arty. They're going full comic book accurate here. Wow. Wow, I know this may seem... I don't know if this is underwhelming to some of you, because maybe you just thought I'd be like, Nintendo 64! Yeah, everyone knows that freaking video, but I guess I'm digesting it. First of all, my first reaction is very premium look. One thing I love about the LJ Super Suits on Twitter, they've made costumes and super suits for many shows, but also Titans, obviously. They look phenomenal. And right here, we literally have such a good look at Jason Todd. Wow, I just clicked zoom in and it zoomed in. So detailed. So one thing I'm very happy to report here, I guess you guys can gather this as well. Not only is it comic book accurate in just, you know, overall representation, is that they've gone all out on everything. Like, we've got the white eyes here. It's the kind of white eyes, kind of crosshatch material, very thinly grained down to the point where you can see through it. But they've not put anything to the side here. They've not only done white eyes, we've literally got like this kind of altered bat emblem there. Obviously, it's not like a fully fledged bat emblem because you can't see the traditional... Well, we all know what the Titans bat symbol looks like. Maybe I'm bringing it up on screen right now, just in case you haven't seen it before. This appears to be more kind of wings with two little eye slits in it there to kind of symbolize the Red Hood mask, but on this symbol, if that makes sense, which is really cool. Going down, I love the kind of meshy kind of material, because he's got the ab armor there, but that doesn't look like too much detail going on. For example, what I mean by that is like Dark Knight, you know, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. I really like the suit, but there's so many little plated bits and bobs and bibs and babs everywhere. This has got a little bit of that look, but it's not overwhelming. It's done very stylistically, so under the jacket, it just looks great. This is amazing. So like he's sporting a leather jacket as Red Hood should, but Jason has been known to sport that before, but he's got like... It's layered so well. He's got like the red actual underhood hoodie, but then he's got the jacket on top of that, but obviously under both of them he's got body armor on. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, as well, we've got pistols here. People wondering, are we going to get the pistols? In my mind, that was never not out the question, just because if you were doing Red Hood, why wouldn't you bring in the tools that he most commonly uses, which is guns? It would just be strange. I know I always say like different takes, different adaptations, different strokes for different folks when you bring whatever into live action, but yeah, no, it felt like that was kind of crucial to maintain, and it looks like Jason Todd really is keeping his pistols there. And wow, it's just I know I'm fanboying out right now, but as I'm going down, love the material of these like heavy duty pants that he's wearing there. Got the motorcycle-esque gloves, but I love the little red, whether that's just in the thumb indent area or on the top of his wrist there, his hand. The only thing I would say is I wish they did a shot with the hood off so we could see the mask. The mask I am very happy with. I have a friend called Smart Sheep Designs. I'll plug it on the screen. He makes amazing concepts, and he actually did a little kind of damaged area on the mask himself for his Red Hood design concept, and they funnily enough done a very similar thing here. So it's like this mask has already seen some action. One thing I was also apprehensive about is like, you don't want to do Red Hood like an Iron Man mask that is just red, yet you don't want it too metallic-y, yet you don't want it like soft completely so that it's basically just a Deadpool mask. And I feel like what they've achieved here is a very decent design. It looks very premium, but there's something slightly off. I don't want to be nitpicky, but this is why I want them to take the hood down so I can see how big that mask is. Just because cool as the representation looks right here as what I'm looking at it right now, it does feel like it has the, from a certain perspective, the capacity to maybe be a bit bulky. I hope it doesn't come across that way. I'm sure he will be wearing the hood up most of the time. It just feels like, you know, no matter how cool your helmets can be on some costumes, if they're too big, then it looks a little bit cheesy. But scale it down just a little bit more, then you completely get away with it. Also, something I'm intrigued with as well, in some scenes with just the way that this mask design comes across, I'll be very, very intrigued to see if it's actually mechanical, like motorized. Because it looks like with those indents going into the eye there and above the eye, I feel like maybe Jason in some scenes won't necessarily take the hood off like that, like maybe the hood but not the mask off. It feels like the mask might kind of plate open like that with the way it kind of comes down there. Do you guys know what I mean? So maybe there may be a scene where the front face plate of his facial mask comes down, and that's where you see it exposed to Jason Todd's face, maybe slightly injured, depending what way they are doing Jason Todd's Red Hood origin in the show. I really like that they kind of maintained like the Robin kind of shin to shoe armor, if that makes sense. It's not identical at all, but one thing I love about the Robin suit, as amazing as those suits are as well, is that that area looks really plated and awesome, and yet again, he's very much so plated up here, almost with like knight-esque medieval shin armor, if you know what I mean. And those shoes look pretty worn. Like that's very interesting in how that all attaches. It's like he's been Red Hood for some time. Now this comes into my theories with what I've said before and how Jason has already been Red Hood for some time. Like as we keep assessing on this suit, it looks like it has been worn to some degree. Look at the cracks on the master. It looks like he's obviously at some point become Red Hood. My theory that I kind of went over in a recent video is that by the time the Titans meet him in a very similar-esque kind of way to that scene where Robin talking to Deathstroke in the church, they're like, you know, you get different camera angles, pans from face to face, having that conversation. I'm wondering if we're going to get a similar scene to that, to when Dick Grayson or whoever, or whichever Titan, or maybe all the Titans, are talking to this enemy they've been fighting for quite a few episodes at this point, and they have no idea who Red Hood is, but that's when the faceplate may come undone, and then lo and behold, it's actually Jason, of whom maybe they assumed was dead, because if they are doing the cliche traditionalist story, they may have assumed that Jason died, potentially through a crowbarring of the Joker. I know many people don't believe that they're going to do the crowbarring of the Joker. I'm kind of here or there about it. There are ways that they definitely could pull it off, even with the Warner Brothers DC stamp of approval. It just depends, and I'll refer you to my other video to get more in depth with that, because I get into how they may do it in a very flashy kind of memory kind of way to introduce the Joker, just doing little sweeps of the crowbar. I've got a bunch of ideas about that, but my main baseline point and conclusion out of this is that if I am right in just the damage and wear of the suit already, I think that there will be that time jump in Titan Season 3, and they won't know who this guy is. And he reveals himself eventually as Jason Todd. But for the time being, it's just going to be this really intimidating, potentially first-half villain who they're just coming across within Gotham City amongst Jonathan Crane's Scarecrow, because we know the Titans will be in Gotham and Jonathan Crane's Scarecrow is in this season. And then the back half potential villain, not really potential, she will be in it, is Blackfire. And I think that's how all of these pieces of this puzzle is fitting together. The more I think about it, and I don't know what exactly they're going to do, but maybe it is something people are concerned about, and how this Red Hood has just snapped. This is a Jason Todd who may have just snapped, because not only has he felt abandoned from the Titans, I'm theorizing that in episode 1 or 2 of season 3, he's going to try reach out to Bruce, and Bruce won't have any of him either. That may look like Bruce is being a bit of a, you know, but maybe they're deliberately trying to point it out that way to just further put onto Jason, like, why does nobody want to help me, or, like, you know, have me? I know that for some people that is very weak. They're just saying, oh, Jason just got mad. But another thing is just the cinematographer for Titan Season 3 posted even more images today, and you see Jason trying to make a phone call to someone. It looks like the first and the third photo in the same room. Maybe he's trying to be vulnerable again. This is obviously some time after he rode off from the airport, and maybe he's just in a weak moment trying to call Bruce. He rejects him or something, and then he just goes ape shite, so to speak, because there's a load of lamps and stuff broken on the floor. Could be completely something different, but I find it just interesting that these drop on the same day. People are wondering and wondering and wondering how they're going to do this Red Hood. Now, I know I've very briefly been over it in today's video. I'm not going to go even more into it. It's just that they could either do the Joker route in a very ambiguous way. There are certainly plenty of ways to go about doing that in filming in some of my aforementioned points, but they could just do what they've already been setting up, and how this guy, this kid, has been pushed away, and then next season he might be even more pushed away. But yes, I agree, to then just get out guns and then just lethal round guns, that is very extreme. It just depends how they really do conduct it in the show. But one thing that we can unanimously probably agree on is that this suit just looks impeccable. And lastly, everyone, say what you will about Titans again, but Curran Walters is a very, very, very good actor, especially with the scenes that he was given last season. I think no matter what comes out of Titans Season 3, whether they make some similar mistakes of too many characters, not enough development on all of them, but just accept a few again, or this, that, and the other, Red Hood will serve as such a hype machine that I think will be prestigious on some level. I think no matter what fans you are, whether this is a make it and break it season or not, I think we're gonna have a really good time with this. Combined with the acting chops of Curran Walters, it will be certainly something to remember. I think there's gonna be some Red Hood scene stealers. Now, when assessing the story overall and how they conduct it and adapt this, that may be open to plenty of critique. But one thing I do not want to take away from this video or going into Titan Season 3 is that this is something to get hyped about. It's something fans are saying is beautiful in terms of design. I agree. I think if you have watched Titans, you know that Curran Walters is a very, well, capable actor, and I think he's got to truly give it his all. I just hope that with this new season, and funnily enough, before this was revealed, I was writing a video about next season and how it can be better. So keep an eye out for that, maybe even tomorrow. All of that even aside for a second, this is still something to get excited about. So I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. I know this has been a fairly rambly, I know I keep looking at it, I'm not looking at the camera, I keep looking at the freaking thing. Let me know your thoughts. I would really appreciate it if you left a like on this video. Obviously leave all of your thoughts. If you want to support me a little bit further, you can check out my Patreon link in the top pin comment. Expand that little top pin comment there, and also follow me on Twitter and other places. You can just stay up to date with me a bit more. So subscribe for more Titans videos. As I mentioned, there is another one coming that I've been working on, and I guess I will see all of you fellow Titans and Red Hoodians, that doesn't really make sense, in the next video. Goodbye.